2.4. This lesson is going to be involving taking multi-view drawings, turning them into designs, and then dimensioning them on another multi-view drawing. So this is 2.4, Fundamentals of Dimensioning, and we are going to create two designs from drawings and then turn those two drawings into multi-view drawings. So the first thing that we're going to do is look at drawing 1 right here. We need to create our new lesson. So we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call this lesson 2.4. We're going to double click on lesson 2.4. We're going to create a new document, and that document is just going to be called 2.4. We'll call it space 1 underscore and then last name, whatever your last name is. All right, so this is the first one. There's going to be drawing 1. There's going to be drawing 2. So if you want to call it drawing 1, if that makes you feel better, 2.1, drawing 1, or 2.4 actually, drawing 1 underscore last name. I think that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to create that. That gives us our picture right here. And let's go see what we have. So it's going to open us up into our studio. And then once we get into our studio, we can start designing. As you can see right here in the top left corner, there is 2 layers to this design. You have the initial front layer, and then you have the back layer on top of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a solid. We're going to start by creating this front L based on this piece right here. And then we're going to extrude it 3/4 of an inch. And then after that, we're going to create the back side and extrude that another 3/4. So as usual, we come up here, we check our workspace units, we make sure that they are in inches, which is true. I'm just going to go down to display decimals. You can leave them where they are, it doesn't really matter. So we're in inches, we're good. So the first thing I'm going to do is create something on my front view. So I'm going to sketch on my front plane. All right, and I'm going to sketch the L. So I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to use the line tool. Line tool is right here. And we're going to go 3 up, 3 to the right. So we're going to go 3 up. I just click up here, which is, it's about 3. I put 3 there. Enter. All right, we're going to go 3 to the right. I'm going to start at this point. Start coming over here, hit 3. Enter. All right, so they were both good. Just drag them out there. I don't like my workspace units. I think I did round them. Yeah, I'm going to make sure this is at least 2 decimals to be a little more accurate. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go 1 inch over, 2 inches down, 2 inches over, 1 inch down. So I'm going to continue with my sketch here. I double click if I got out of it. I'm going to go over 2. All right, so I'm going to do this just so I can see this a little better. As per usual, the zooming feature of this isn't the best. You do get better used to it though. So I'm going to go 2 to the right. All right. Nope. 1 to the right. You can always Control Z if you do the wrong number. So this is 1 to the right, and then it's, make sure you hook it with the perpendicular. It will turn light blue and yellow. Going 2 down. Going 2 to the right, and then we're clicking here, 1 down. As you can see, what happens here is this turns a shade. I press escape to get that out of there, and that shade means that that piece is able to be extruded. I finish my sketch. I click on the top right corner, and now I have a sketch that can be highlighted and extruded. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude the solid right here. Click on it. The extrude button is in the top left, and this is 1.5 minus 0.75, which is also 0.75, or 3/4 of an inch. So I put 0.75 and extrude it backwards. All right, so that's the first part of my L. Now I want to create the back. So in order to do that, the easier way to do this is going to be, I can either draw it from the front or the back, but I want this to be attached to the back of my piece. So I'm just going to turn my cube around until it gets to the back. I usually do that right there. I'm going to sketch actually on the back, and I'm going to sketch it on this plane, so the face of the extruded plane. So if I look here, you can see I'm actually going to sketch it on this piece. I hit back though, so it looks better and more flat. So everything that's done here, you're doing backwards. So I'm going to go 2 to the right. Now you can either start here, or you can just do 1 minus 2, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go 2 to the right. All right. I know I'm going to go down an inch here because 2 blocks is an inch, so it's 1 inch, 1 inch. Go down, where are we at? I'm going to escape because I don't like the way that was setting up. Make sure you're going from point, 1 inch. All right. Clicked it over here, 1 inch. All right, and then you can go down 2 inches if you like. Now, I could go here and connect the whole piece. It doesn't matter, though, because I have my sketch that's closed. So when I do this, look what happens. I could highlight that. I can highlight this. Or if I hold the command button, I can actually highlight both of them, which is what I want to do. I'm going to highlight both of them. I'm going to hit the extrude button, and I'm going to extrude them 3/4 of an inch, or 0.75 inches. I'm going to hit enter. Close my extrusion, and now when I turn this around, I got my piece. Now if you want, you can screenshot this and upload it. You don't have to, because all you really need to submit in these in this activity is going to be the multi-view drawings, I believe. Oh no, we're going to submit both. So 2.4. Yeah, the multi-view drawings is all we really need. All right, so now we're going to turn this into a multi-view drawing. Looks good, looks good. The way to do that is you go down to where it says Part 1 under the parts list. I'm going to click that with 2 fingers at the same time. So I take my 2 right fingers and put them down. That's the same as a right click on a mouse. I'm going to go to Create Drawing of Part 1. Now what this is going to do is this is going to turn this into a multi-view drawing template. Now there's 2 choices I have here because I used them before, inch or millimeters. I want to use sheet A, and I want this in inches, okay? For this activity, both answers will be in inches, so we're going to use that. And what happens when I do that is it is going to create a sheet for me that will include all this fun stuff. So as it's loading up, notice we have our table down here again, as we did in the previous exercise. I'm going to place my base view. I'm going to leave this as a 1:2 scale in the front view. So I place that down, hit enter. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit escape. All right, so I got my first piece down. This is my base view. Now from the base view, I'm going to do 1 projected view and 1 3D view. As you can see here, you just really have the right view. You don't need the top, and you're going to do the top right view. So I go to projected, click on here, slide to the right, hit enter. All right, I'm going to go hit my base view again, slide to the top left, and hit enter again. All right. Now, you could check to see, and you could, whoops, hit escape here. I could right click this and see if this will look better if I do a scale, or double click on it and see, well, maybe I want to do a 1:1 scale. Let's see what that looks like. That's obviously too big, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to keep this at the 1:2 scale. All right, that's what looks the best. They really don't like to do 1 to 1.5 scale here, or 3 to 2. Do they have 2 to 3? No, or 2 to 3. So we could just leave it like this. Looks fine. Now, as far as this goes, we got this piece here. And we got, this is the right view, so that's the view of this side. And this is the top view. We're going to shade this by right-clicking it. And we're going to go to Show Hide, and we're going to show the shaded view. So now that gives me a shaded view of that piece right there. After we do that, I might want to change my title down here, because we need a title.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
And my title is going to be, this is lesson 2.4. All right, I'm going to call this drawing 1. Drawing 1. All right, and then I just hit OK. As you can see, it's going to go in here. All these gray things disappear once you actually print this out. It gives our scale. It says we're in inches and all that other stuff. So now we're good there. And the last thing we need to do is just dimension this. This is the most important part. So there are no circles to dimension. There are no hidden lines to dimension, so that's good. But what we do need to do is the actual dimensions, which is right up here. We're going to click on dimensions and just do the same ones over here. First thing we're going to do is click this line. We're going to drag it up. That's 1. All right. Now we're going to click from the entire top. 2. We're going to click the entire left side, which is 3, and they're doing it for you. I'm going to click the entire bottom side, which is 3. Now I don't need to do this piece because if this is 3 and this is 2, this is obviously 1, so it would just be redundant. I click over here. I got my 1. All right. Once again, I don't need to do this piece because I'm going to do it over here. I did it over here, and that's 2 inches. Right? If this is 2 inches, this whole thing is 3 inches. This has to be 1 inch. If this is 2 inches, this is 1 inch. This has to be 1 inch. You don't need to redo the things. I need to do this 1.5 though because that gives me my depth. And then I have to do either one of these is 0.75 because that gives me my it gives me both. So 0.75 and the whole thing's here. You can divide it. Now the one thing I don't like here is how all these decimals are involved. Now a way to get rid of these decimals is if I right click on it, or sorry, if I double click on it, I can go here and make no decimals. Hit enter or escape. All right, if you want, I can go on all these and I'm going to make them all 0 decimals. Why do I want to make them 0 decimals? Just because I don't like all that stuff there. It looks better. Oh, escape a couple times. I'm going to just click and hold command on anything that I want to bring to 1 decimal. I can click on that button right there. 0. All right. And then finally this one, I want to go to 2 decimals. So instead of 0.75, bang, we got 0.75. And then this one could be 1.5, so that one will just go with 2 decimals as well. All right. Now once you do this, what you could do is you can change this. Like say I want this 1.5 in the middle. Put it there. I could adjust these if I want. A lot of times I do like the numbers in the middle with the arrows. You can change the arrows. If you double click, you can reset their position. They seem to think that that's the best position. We're definitely doing inches, and we're all good. All right, so that right there. Now this one kind of looks a little weird, so I'm just going to go like that. Make it look a little clearer. And now you're done with drawing 1. You can Control Shift 4. You can screenshot this. And now you have your first figure. You're all good. It's all saved. And now we're set to go to the next answer. All right. Good job, and get ready to do drawing 2.